Hey YouTube, Mike the Alpha Hoarder here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for dropping in. If you've been here before, you know the drill. I hoard and collect alpha cards. I talk about them. I share and document my collection. And we all have some fun enjoying the hobby together. So today's going to be a quick video. I'm going to try to keep it quick. And it's going to be about a follow-up to an earlier video I did about eBay's authenticity guarantee. I covered this when the program was about 8 weeks old and gave my initial feedback. I'll put the link to that video in the description. And the question at the time is the same question today. Will CGC be able to keep up with all the grading demands? So we all know the grading companies were shut down for a very long time. They've been opening up. Turnaround times are still not fantastic. And quite a bit of volume was getting added by pairing up with eBay to do this. And so that was the question. Ooh, that's nice elves. That's very nice elves. Clean. Wonderful start. At the time that I had tracked the data, what I found was about a little over 1/3 of the time, the authentication process was adding 3 days or less. So the way I track that is I just look at when the seller actually ships the item, when it's in possession by the shipping company. So it's origin accepted or whatever the equivalent is. Ooh, very nice. A couple of commons that are priced like uncommons due to playability. So a little over 1/3 of the time, that process was adding 2 or 3 days, less than 3 days, to get to the authenticator, get authenticated, and get back in the hands of the shipping company. 12% of the time, it was taking either 4 or 5 days. And a little over 1/3 of the time, it was adding between 6 and 8 days. Which, that's not ideal. I would say 6 to 8 days is pretty annoying. In the first video, I wasn't too harsh about it because I was pretty pleased with the direction of the program overall, and what it might do for the hobby. So I think I gave that a little bit of a pass. But, certainly if it started to consolidate around 7 or 8 days, that would definitely be a bad sign. And if it started consolidating around 2 or 3 days, that would really be a fantastic sign. So since that video, in the couple of months since, ooh, hold that thought. I gotta take a good look at this guy. This is one of my favorite cards. Amy Weber art. Oh, this looks pretty clean. Come on, where's the opening? There we go. Copy artifact. This is one of those cards that went a little nuts when Revise started spiking. Probably rightly so. I mean, it's so damn useful in the game. Oh, this is beautiful. Wow. Very nice card. Very happy with that. Not bad centering. Not great, but not bad. What was I talking about? I always lose my train of thought. Right, okay, so since that video, I've done a further little over 30 orders, including these ones I'm opening right now. And I continued to track the data because I figured at some point I'd want to update it. And it has now been 6 months since the program was launched, and I thought it was a good time to see how it's been going. So, here's the data. In April, I had 8 authenticated orders. Ooh, another nice card. 8 authenticated orders. The average turnaround time across the 8 orders was an additional 4.3 days. So from when the card was shipped by the seller to when it was actually shipped to me after authentication, on average 4.3 days. The median was a solid 4 and the range was between 4 and 7. Dan Frazier. He's got a lot of iconic art. I mentioned in one of my other videos how this background appears on a couple of cards, including Sacrifice and Berserk. I sometimes wonder what the subtext is there that he's working into his art. All right, keep rolling here. In May, I had 9 authenticated orders. The average turnaround time in May across those orders was an additional 4 days, an even 4. The median was 4. The range was between 2 and 6. In June, I had 14 orders. Another elves. Look at that. You can never have too many elves. That's what I always say. And people always walk out of the room when I do. "14 authenticated orders in June, and the average turnaround was exactly identical to April. It added about 4.3 days on average to the shipping time. The median in June was 5 days, and the range was between 2 and 6. Nice card, good centering. Too bad about this upper edge. Still very nice. Happy with that. So, summary. Ooh, first this. How cool is that? First mail officially to the channel. Feel free to send me something there. It's in the description, as is my email. Feel free to reach out. I've been having some great conversations with a couple of people over email, so I'm always happy to talk shop. And even more, I'll see. What did I tell you? And thumbs up for the painter's tape. So, in summary, after 6 months of running, this program is adding 2 to 3 days to the process, about one time in 5, so 20%. It adds 4 days to the process, 2 times in 5, 42%. It adds 5 days to the process, a quarter of the time. And it adds 6 or more days to the process, 12% of the time. So, compared to the first 2 months, 3 days or less was a full third, and now that's down to 20%. So you're less likely to get the really short turnarounds these days. But on the other hand, the 4 to 5 day time combined was only 12%, and it is now 68%. So you're very likely to get it between the 2 and 5. Oh, super clean. Nice one. You're very likely to get it between the 2 and the 4 and 5 range. And then previously, 6 or more days was a full third of the time, and that is now down to 12%. So what they've done is make it much more consistent, really. They're sort of locking in on that 4 days, sometimes 5 day range, which I think is impressive considering they've expanded the program as well. So when they launched it, it was raw cards only, unsigned, which sell or list for $750 or more. Nice blast. They have changed that over the last couple of months, so it's actually gone down from $750. They are now authenticating raw singles as low as $250. And CGC is still handling that authentication. They've also added graded cards. So any graded cards that sell for over $500, those are being authenticated by PSA actually. So they're getting sent over to PSA. Now in those cases, PSA is not re-authenticating the card. It's clear that all they are doing is authenticating that the slab is intact. It actually says in the FAQs that if they discover that the slab has been tampered with, they will deactivate the serial number. I actually have no idea what that means. You know, wouldn't that just deactivate the serial number for whatever slab was copied to make the fake? Or I guess they're imagining that the real slab was opened and the card replaced or something. Second one, so cool. Also, there's some rules they don't seem to be publicizing, which is interesting. I'll overlay this while I'm opening. And for those of you that keep reminding me not to cut towards myself, I'm trying to remember. One of these days, I am going to scatter blood all over the cards, and I guess we'll get a good laugh out of it. But I do at least have the camera tripod between me and my slicing, so hopefully that counts for something. But I don't know, cutting this way is just difficult for me. But anyway, I'll overlay this now. So check out this auction. This is not a single card. This is a lot of 5 or 6, I guess. I don't know, whatever. You can see the listing, but I can't. It's a lot of cards, though, and that's not supposed to qualify for the authenticity. But I'm pretty glad it does. If you look at the, just take a look at it there, the sort of typical, not great pictures, poorly lit, weird angles, not really showing what you'd want to see. Small, and then the seller, you can see no feedback at all. In fact, if I had to guess, I would imagine that this person just listed them as a lot specifically to get around the authenticity guarantee. And the bidders look legitimate. 40 bids, I think it was, and I don't know, 16 or something. Different people bidding. So, maybe they got lucky, but hopefully the authenticity program did what it's supposed to do in that situation. So, thought that was cool. But again, I have no idea why that one would match up. Nothing in the FAQ explains. So, there must be some additional cap where they just authenticate everything. But anyway, that's my update so far. I don't love the full work week delay. It also has removed a slight edge that I sometimes had, and a few other people have mentioned this as well, where I was sort of willing to take a little bit of a chance sometimes if I could, judge from the pictures well enough. I was willing to take a risk sometimes. That has actually worked out well for me on a few occasions. There's one gentleman whose cards I've featured a few times on here. I bought a decent portion of his collection. But he really joined eBay for the first time just to start selling some of his Alpha cards. And, he had like JM Day Tome and all these, nice cards. And no one was touching the listings for a while. I decided to take a shot at it. And they're beautiful cards, authentic, very nice. That edge is a little bit gone now, because now that the program is in place, there isn't really much risk to the buyer. But, that's a small thing. Overall, I would say the stress that it's removing from the process, it's definitely good for the hobby on the whole. Wonderful set. Very nice set. Definitely good for the hobby on the whole, I think. I I do worry about the day that I'll get a fake or a clipped or, an inked card that passed authentication. I don't know what I'll do in that case. Because, these grading companies make mistakes. Actually, just by chance, I think. These grading companies definitely make mistakes. Yeah. Check out this beta statue. Doesn't look like beta to me. So, grading companies make mistakes. Everyone knows that. So I don't know what happens in that situation. But, I think on the whole it's still a positive. So yeah, thumbs up from me after 6 months of running. And that's all I got on the topic. So I'm just going to open this last box. We'll look at a couple cards and we'll call it a night. Or if you were just here for the eBay update, you can duck out now without missing anything. And thanks for stopping by. So yeah, this is another one. I've done a couple transactions now under the channel name, which is pretty cool. It's nice being able to talk to people, see their collections, and I suppose there's a little bit of trust that comes from the fact that I'm putting this out there on YouTube. So it's been nice so far. It's been very nice. All right, feed the horde, and then I have to go to bed. These are very well packaged. Wish everybody packaged cards like this. And let's see what we've got to finish it off. Lovely earthbind. Wonderful centering. Beautiful. Nice stack of commons. Top to bottom on that guy's a little wonky. I just love the commons. I really do. Another jump for the pile. And unholy. Love this card. All right, so that's what we feed to the horde today. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying this content, then consider sending a letter to the YouTube algorithm and making your case. See you next time.